Make it stop! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of What Sold on eBay last week. Not the best week. So we are looking at here. Sorry, I'm out of it today. We're looking at our last week's sales here, and last 7 days, $735.93, and that's because I sold 3 boxes of Legacy 2019 Panini hobby boxes, 2 on this day and 1 on this day. So those numbers are very inflated because of those are like $175 boxes of cards, I think, and you know, my profit margin on those is not very big at all. So pretty bad week for a couple of different reasons. I at the last minute realized that it was the very last weekend. My kids start school next week, so I wanted to take them on a fun end of summer trip. And so I basically didn't do any eBay work for like 3 days, or any work for that matter, but basically didn't do anything for like 3 days. Went on vacation. We went to Fantastic Caverns and Silver Dollar City, and had an Airbnb, and just the whole 9 yards. Just had a lot of fun. So also had a couple returns during that trip. So all those things together kind of made for a bad week. But it happens. It's all good. As you can see, the last 31 days, we're still well over $5,000 in sales, which I'm very happy with. $5,000 in sales is a pretty good spot to be at. I would like to get that up to like 10. You know, I'd like to get that up to 15 or 20. We'll see. You know, I got a lot of work to get there, but still over $5,000 for the last 30 days. I'm happy with that. Anyways, let's get right into it. We got Grand Theft Auto 2. I don't know if you guys have ever gone back and played GTA 2. It is far, far different than GTA 3 and all the GTAs after that. But it is a good. It's fun to kind of put the game in and just see what the franchise, see the roots of the franchise, where it came from. Anyways, $18.99 free ship. Don't really remember where that came from, but I probably got it for a little bit of nothing. 2 LED bulbs here that I got on clearance from, I don't remember, maybe Orscheln's or something like that. These are usually marked down to like 60-70 cents a bulb or something like that. If you check the clearance at any of your hardware stores, you'll find these LED bulbs a lot, and some of them have resale value, some of them don't. And if they're cheap enough, obviously they're worth picking up. Sold 2-pack of them for $14.99, so pretty good flip there. Here's our first box of Legacy. Now, I do have the cheapest price on eBay real quick. I want to just shout myself out. There's only one of these left if you guys are interested. The other sellers on eBay, I think the lowest other price, whenever I price these at least, most of them were over 200. I remember seeing like 200 and 225, 230, I think even, and they were selling too. Like these other sellers are selling them at that, and mine weren't selling. They just started selling, but obviously I've got them a lot cheaper. So, and I've still got a little bit of profit margin here, so I'm happy with selling them at that price. I don't mind it. I didn't want to open these, so I just want to get my money back on them, and I'm making a little bit of profit along the way. So, this was one of those buys. If you guys remember, I showed in a video where I got a whole bunch of stuff for I think it was $35. I got this knife. I got 2 pairs of Oakley safety glasses. I got an LED flashlight, a power bank. I already sold the power bank. I sold the 2 pairs of Oakley Oakley safety glasses for like $190, I think. And then this knife has sold for $94.99. So obviously I made hundreds of dollars of profit on that sale already, and I still have a few of the things listed. Oh, Gerber knives as well. So I've got probably $150, $200 worth of Gerber knives from that sale still listed that I would assume I'm gonna get what I priced them at, if not by Christmas. So very happy with that. Obviously, this was a Winnie the Pooh. I just picked this up a weekend or two ago. I think it had a quarter on it, maybe $1 at the most. I'm not exactly sure. It's like robotic. It walks whenever you press its hand or something like that. It talks and it walks. And just kind of had a hunch on it. I don't remember if we picked it up or not. If you find something like that's Winnie the Pooh and it seems like it's not just a super cheap stuffed animal, something like this that walks and talks and it's actually name brand. If it's got a quarter on it, I just take a chance on it. And sure enough, sold for 25 bucks free ship. So happy with that. Game of Thrones on Blu-ray. I want to say I paid a few dollars for this. I think they had like $4 on it. I might have talked them down to like 2 or 3, something like that. And this is the complete 4th season. So the most, majority of people that are buying these, they go out and buy like all of them at once. But there is still some resale value in the individual seasons, and this sold for $29.99 free ship. So very happy with that. I love picking up brand new stuff because if it doesn't sell. Now, a lot of times brand new stuff sells immediately as long as you price it right. But if it doesn't sell immediately, 9 times out of 10, it'll sell during Christmas. Disneyland, 35 Years of Magic. I think this was like a throw-in deal. I pick up these little pins anytime I see them for the most part. Again, if they're cheap enough. Some people want, $5-10 a piece. I won't do that. Most people don't, though. Most people want $1 for them at the most, or, a quarter or two, whatever. So anyway, $7.99 free ship. People completing their, collections and stuff like that. We got Resident Evil 4 on PS2 for $9.89. I think this was that big box of PS2 stuff that I bought for $10. I think, yeah. So $9.89 free ship on that. Super Mario Bros. Wii. This was in one of the big lots of gaming stuff that I got recently for a little bit of no money. And I was super bummed that the game wasn't in here. This is just the manual and the case, and I still got $14.99 free ship out of it. So that was really cool. I was happy to see that. Slick Stick. I got this for $3 at the Salvation Army. This is an Atari / Amiga Commodore, I guess, controller. I looked it up and there was decent resale value in it, so I picked it up, even though it was $3, a little more than I wanted to spend. Might have been $4, I don't remember. Anyways, free ship, $16.99, and yeah, got it sold, so I'm happy with that. I actually just realized that I listed that as for parts not working, which it wasn't tested, so technically that's what it should have been listed as, but yeah, so anyways, Adventure Time game for Xbox 360, $9.99 free ship. I think that was in one of the big lots of games that I picked up recently. This cassette player thingy came from my girlfriend's parents whenever I got a Wii and some other stuff from them, and a Sony PlayStation and all that. And you can see in this picture it's powered on, and I made sure that the whatever the things are that rotate, spin the tape. I didn't actually put a tape in it and hook it up to speakers and everything. They claimed that it wasn't working when they got it. And they also claimed that this piece of plastic here on the front wasn't there. And it definitely was, because I remember packaging it with that. It might have fallen off in transit. But they were just making wild. They said that it wasn't the same item as pictured. And I'm like, it definitely was. I don't just have these TEAC tape players like in bulk laying around and shipped you the wrong one on accident. It's definitely the same one. I just refunded them, full refund. I didn't want to mess with the return. They requested a return. I'm like, just keep it. Here's your money back. Since it's only $20, I wasn't too worried about it. And such a big, heavy item to ship back. Again, if it was something more expensive or whatever, I might have fought it. But I just, in this case, I was like, whatever, keep it. Here's your money. Not worth fighting. Thrillville Off the Rails PS2 sold for $6.99 free ship. This is part of that big inventory buyout that I did. My buddy had an eBay business going, and he just kind of wanted to get out of it. So I bought his entire inventory for $150, which was quite a bit of stuff. I think there was 8 of these 23 karat gold plated trading cards, Pokemon trading cards that came from Burger King back in the day. Like, you can see my reflection in that photo. Yeah, sold that for $27.99. So pretty happy with that. Like I said, if you guys are interested in these, I've got Pikachus, I've got Togepi, and Poliwhirl, and I think that might be it. But I've got them all listed. Some of them are a little bit cheaper than this, depending on the condition of the box. But if you guys are interested in one of those, yeah, I've still got them all listed. So, and then we got a Magic Kingdom Mickey Mouse Collector Baseball. I couldn't find anything on this. I found similar ones, but not this red one with the name written across. And most of them were brand new, still in the box, or they came in a 10 actually. And most people were wanting like $15 for them. Since I didn't have the 10 and I couldn't even find the exact one, I just listed it for $10 free ship, and I was actually really surprised that it sold like within 24 hours. Couple Naruto PS2 games here, Ultimate Ninja and Uzumaki Chronicles 2. Just went ahead and lotted them together, got $14.99 free ship out of them. A lot of, this is part of my buddy's eBay inventory that I bought out. We got a bunch of vintage Disney promotional pins that look like they came from an old Blockbuster or something, because they all say like on video March 31st, or maybe like a Walmart employee that was working the electronics department. I don't know. In fact, I've been curious. I need to ask my buddy where these came from, why he had so many of them. I listed a bunch of them individual or in like little lots of two, if there was like two Lion King ones or two Winnie the Pooh ones or whatever. All the odd ins and out ones, I put them together into two big lots. And a viewer actually picked this one up. This went out to Cassandra. Hey Hova, love your channel. I also have a black and brown dog named Minnie. So thank you so much for the support. And I hope Minnie is doing well. And that's pretty cool. We have a similar dog. I appreciate that. Also, the Naruto games went out to a viewer. That went out to Tristan. He said, hey, saw your video and saw these two games. Love your videos. Thank you so much, Tristan and Cassandra, for picking those up. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys are interested, like I said, I have a bunch of these Disney pins listed individually, and I also have another big, large lot like this listed at a pretty good value, I think, for as many pins as it is. I have the other lot, I think, listed as $24.99 as well. So then we sold a vintage Razorbacks pin here for $2.69. I'm running a 10% off sale on all my vintage enamel pins, so still have 10 available of those. Sold 11 of them so far though, so not too bad. And if you guys know the story, whenever I cleaned out my grandmother's house after she had passed away, she had a bunch of old stock from her store. She had an actual brick and mortar store back in the day. I kind of grew up in it, so it was cool going through all of her stuff. But nobody in the family really wanted it or knew what to do with it. Actually, a lot of people in the family she had all kinds of different pins. Some of them were Disney pins and stuff like that. And people took some pins and what they wanted and everything, but there were still just like hundreds left. So I was like, well, I'll take them and see if they sell on eBay. And, so even though they're only going for $2.69, when you sell 11 of them, obviously you've got 20 bucks there. So it's not too bad. I appreciate my inheritance from grandma. So Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Black Label Complete. Sold it for $29.99. It's always fun whenever you run across the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skater on PlayStation, and I slap it in a new jewel case, and look how crispy and new that looks. It's beautiful. Especially with the remaster coming out right around the corner and everything. Just cool to see. Godzilla Save the Earth PS2 complete with manual. This was part of that $10 box of PS2 games that I bought. If you haven't seen that video, check out the last video on the channel. I show all the games that I got in that deal. It was a really good deal. This went out to a viewer named Sean. Sean, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate your business. Here we had, this was actually 2 boxes, is what I was saying. Basically, these boxes of football cards heavily, weighted my sales for the week. So 2 boxes of these legacies went out. So that's 3 boxes for the week. Again, I got 1 box left. So Miller High Life, we are finally on our last one. These rainbow designed denim Miller High Life hats. They're actually really cool. If I wore hats, I would definitely partake. Anyways, I picked these up for $3 on a clearance sale at Walmart, and it sold for $16.50. I've sold 4 of them at $16.50, so obviously I've done very well on that sale. So I had 5, so I had $15 into them. As soon as I sold my first hat, I had my money back. The others have been all profit. We got Popeye the Sailor Man. I picked this up, I believe, at the Salvation Army for probably $1. $1 or $2 at the most. It's a vintage stamp set. So these are stamps. There's a little ink pad there. Brand new 1997, never taken out of the package. Sold for $24.99. Very happy with that. This Jeopardy plug and play I actually picked up last summer, and I don't remember how much I paid for it. It was right whenever we first got into the eBay business, so I might have overpaid for it. I don't know. I've had it listed for over a year, and it just sold, I think, yesterday for $8.99 plus shipping. The ABC's reloading. If you guys remember, last summer I picked up a huge pile of vintage hunting and reloading and just gun books and all kinds of stuff like this from like the 70s and 80s, and I got them all for, I believe, $1 a piece on, I think I got $1 a piece on hardbacks, and then I got softbacks for soft covers for 50 cents a piece or something like that. And a lot of them were, some of them were worth like $30-$40 a piece, and then some of them were only worth about 10 bucks. I got free shipping on it, but it's media mail, so it doesn't cost anything to ship. So I was happy to see that go. And then we have a Mickey Mouse, these little miniatures. They're like for like planters, I think. It's basically for like decorating your garden. I got all these. I want to say, I don't remember how much I paid. I think I paid like only $1 or $2. Actually, the price I have marked out right there. I can't see what it said. I want to say I got these for a couple bucks on Dollar General's clearance event, and yeah, sold for $13.49 free ship. I still have 8 of these available. None of them sold last year. They sat for an entire year. 3 of them have sold this summer/spring so far, and we'll see if I can get rid of the other 8. So not the best on those, but I'm not complaining either. So they're moving a little bit. Anyways, guys, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this week. I do appreciate your viewership. Thank you so much for giving these videos likes and comments. You guys have been great lately. Been having a lot of fun with the channel. I hope you guys are having fun too. I love you. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.